Magandang Omago, Eko Rodney. Hopefully I said that right. Good morning, good morning. My name's Rodney, if you didn't know, aka Max Reaction. And we're gonna react to some old-time Philippines from the 1956 year. And it's a Philippine family, so I'm really curious. I'm really interested in that. I want to know what it was like from a family perspective in the Philippines in the 1950s. It's a whole new world back then. I would say it would have to be a whole harder world because there's not all this technological advancement back then. Of course, there's some from previous years, but you know what I mean. So let's check this out. Let's react to it. Let's see what we can learn.
Near Asia, in the warm waters of the Pacific Ocean,
Very warm.
is a group of islands called the Philippine Islands. If you wanted to visit someone living in the Philippine Islands, you would probably go first to Manila, the biggest city in the Philippines.
Then, yes, probably.
From Manila's harbor, you might walk along the busy streets into one of the city's modern shopping districts.
I love the old cars on the street.
Here are city people you might like to visit. Or perhaps you'd like to go outside the city of Manila, away from its big buildings and harbor, and out to the peaceful farm countryside of the Philippines.
Look how clean it was.
Here one morning you might find farm people you'd like to visit.
Yeah.
People like this man on the water buffalo. If we could spend a day with him, what do you suppose he'd tell us about the Philippines? Let's listen to him.
Probably it's hot. It's maybe beautiful, a lot of work to do. I don't know. Let's see what he's got to say.
We always get ready for work early.
Yes.
While the day is cool in my village. My barrio, as we call it. I see my neighbor Pablo is getting ready to go to his rice fields. He too has a water buffalo, what we call a carabao.
Carabao, yes.
Carabaos are used for doing heavy work.
Opo.
Hauling loads, plowing fields and such.
Opo.
Although another of my neighbors, Cesar, has a modern tractor he uses in his large rice fields.
Oh, lucky.
Other neighbors of mine take the village bus to go shopping in the next barrio.
How common was it to have a tractor back then in the 1950s? Maybe some of you know, maybe some of you lived on a farm or out in a province where you had to, use a tractor, or hopefully you had a tractor to, I don't know what you use a tractor for in the Philippines. Some of the crops, I don't know. What's the common thing you would use a tractor for? I don't know if you could use it for rice because I don't know how to harvest rice. I don't know. I need to learn and see how it's harvested. But as far as tractors, was there many tractors back then? I don't know. Let me know.
Or to plantations where they work. Before I too go to work, I usually have breakfast at my house. I built it high above the damp ground.
Yes.
Of strong bamboo and nipa leaves, which grow nearby.
And a breeze, probably.
In our open kitchen, I see my wife Dolores is making breakfast. There is plenty of fresh fruit, papayas and mangoes from the trees around us.
Mango.
And we have, steaming hot rice from my rice fields, of course.
And the Tagalog word for fruit is prutas, right? Prutas, am I saying that right? I'm trying to learn Tagalog, and I'm going to implement it. I'm going to be saying a lot more Tagalog words in my reactions, and hopefully one day, many, many moons from now, I can kind of fluently speak some Tagalog in a reaction. That's my goal.
My son Ramon is still asleep inside the house, but not for long. I can hear my daughter Juanita telling Ramon to wake up. Wake up, Ramon, she says. We're having a special treat for breakfast.
What is it?
In honor of your birthday. Birthday? Ah, yes, Ramon remembers.
He's like, birthday, I'm up. Special treat. Holler, I'm up.
He is 9 years old. There is to be a party for him this afternoon, and many presents.
Very good.
He had better not sleep late today. So Ramon quickly rolls up his straw bed, his petate,
Patate.
and puts it away in the corner. Ramon goes to wash, while my daughter finishes setting the table. Though Juanita is only 12 years old, she is already a big help to her mother.
And my wife said that, you know, she made rice when she was 5, 6 years old. I guess in the Philippines, a lot of times the kids learn at an early age to help, and that's awesome. That's something that needs to happen all through the world. Kids need to learn very young age, you know, that things don't just happen. You got to make them happen. That's very good parenting in my book.
I see she has set the table well. Soon Ramon comes back nice and clean. Happy birthday, I tell him, as we begin eating. In honor of Ramon's birthday, today with our rice we are eating to you, a kind of dried fish.
And fish in Tagalog is isda, right? Isda, that's fish. And if you had eggs with it, it's itlog, I do believe. And breakfast is, what's the word for breakfast? I know it. Hold on. I forgot the word for breakfast, but I do know it. But the food must be masarap, delicious.
Ramon likes it very much. But I think his mind is also on the presents he hopes to get.
The word for breakfast I just remembered is almusal, right? Almusal.
Later at his party.
And he has a tandoori in his hand, fork.
It is time for me to go to work in my rice fields. Soon the planting season starts, and I have much plowing to do. In a little while, my children leave too. Ramon and Juanita must also start out early from our house, for the public schools they attend are a long way from home.
Yes.
On their way, they pass our village stores, tiendas we call them, a name handed down from the Spanish.
Or sorry.
Just as Ramon and Juanita's names are also Spanish.
Sorry stores.
And they pass our village church. It is old, for it was built by the Spanish missionaries many years ago.
I wonder if, I'm sure there's churches like this in the Philippines that still exist even when it was old back in 1956. I'd love to visit some of them. I like the buildings, the way they're built, the structure. It's just, they're amazing, you know. A long time ago, how they just made them so beautiful, you know. And you could tell, you know, this one in this picture looks so old, but it's still beautiful. The architecture is awesome.
At last they come to Juanita's school, the public high school she attends with her girlfriends. Before their classes begin, they like nothing better than a game of luksong lubid, what you might call jump rope.
Right. Exercise.
Before his classes start, Ramon likes to play too. At his elementary school, tug of war is a favorite game.
I like seeing all this physical activity the kids are doing, because nowadays we have electronics, we have phones, we have iPads, we have computers. A lot of times the kids are stuck indoors. Kids need to be outdoors. Kids need this. They need to be outdoors. And it's just so awesome. And we need to get back to stuff like this, because you're staying in, playing on your game all day, you're not accomplishing anything but getting arthritis in your fingers when you're older.
Today, Ramon is the leader of his team.
Come on, Ramon.
Later in class, Ramon is taught many subjects. One of his favorites is geography.
Yes.
In the classroom, English is spoken, and it is one of the main languages we use. Today,
very good.
Ramon has a question about the United States. His teacher shows him the United States on the map of North America.
Cool.
In the meantime, in her high school, Juanita studies many subjects too. In home economics, she learns to sew fine patterns and do fancy stitching.
I have to say, in high school, usually around the age 15 and 16 is when we go into high school in the United States. Unless you're an absolute genius, then you might get passed up. What is the average age in the Philippines when you reach high school? Because I don't know. Comment down below and let me know. It would be something new that I would learn.
Embroidery like this was first taught us by the Spaniards, and today it is an art many of our Philippine women are proud of.
Very good at it too.
Meanwhile, my wife Dolores is finishing her shopping in our barrio. At the village stores, the tiendas, she can buy many of the things we do not make at home.
Is it barrio or is it barangay? Is there multiple words for it? Because I noticed they're not calling these stores sorry. So, I don't know, I'm confused. Fill me in.
Today she needs some seasoning to cook the food for Ramon's party.
Heck yeah, party.
Then, for shopping done, my wife comes back home to start the cooking. At 12 o'clock, my children are out of school for the day.
It's early, 12?
Children will attend in the afternoon.
Oh.
But Ramon and Juanita now have work to do. Ramon will help me with the plowing, while Juanita comes home to help her mother.
Very good.
There is much to do to get ready for a party. First, Juanita sets the table. Later, she may take a turn at barbecuing the pig her mother has prepared.
Ooh.
We call roast pig lechon.
Lechon.
It is a treat we can afford only on special occasions.
It's good. I like the inside.
By late afternoon, Ramon and I have finished our plowing in my rice field. It must be ready for planting when our rainy season begins.
My goodness, how long does it take to plow a field with a carabao? Man, tractors just make it so much easier. But that's a lot of respect, a lot of hard work, and it's an accomplishment, and it's something you can be proud of if you're plowing a field in this way. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how much hard work these people put in back in the day.
The work has been hard for both of us and for my carabao. Now it is time to go home. So Ramon and I unhitch the carabao. Then we take him back to his place near the river. This is where he stays until I need him the next morning, deep in the cool, muddy water carabaos love so much. Then back we go, along the road to our village, to our house. There! Look, Ramon! What a sight! Everyone is gathered for the party.
Whoa, that's a lot of people.
They all call. His aunts and uncles and cousins, and his school friends.
And I like that about the Philippines. I absolutely like it that the communities get together and have big parties, you know. Here, like I said in other videos, I don't know my neighbors. And I don't want to know the guy across the street because the only time he's ever talked to me, he yelled at me for no reason. So I don't want to know him. So I absolutely love this part about the Philippines. I love the family closeness. Whether it be brothers, sisters, or aunts or uncles, cousins, or whatnot, or if it's just a neighbor and you treat them like your family, I think it's a good, positive thing you can have in your life every day. Now, if you have a neighbor like I have across the street, where the only time he's talked to me, he yelled at me for no reason, that's not good. That's not cool. So that's the only time I've ever talked to him.
Happy birthday, Ramon, they say. My Ramon is very pleased. What an honor to have so many people celebrate his birthday.
Big honor,
Very
buddy.
politely, he kisses his grandmother's hand. She has a present for him. A pair of long pants, she says.
Ooh, it's hot!
Ramon thanks her and greets his grandfather.
Be
too.
grateful, though.
Grandfather
Grateful.
also has a present for him. You see? A nice new shirt he brought all the way from Manila.
Awesome.
Thank you, says Ramon.
Looking stylish.
After he has cleaned up, Ramon thanks me and his mother too for the many presents.
Absolutely.
And the food being
rice.
served at his party.
Masarat.
Everyone enjoys eating some rice with the many delicious fruits and vegetables from our garden. And of course,
Lechon.
Ramon's favorite, lechon,
Lechon.
the roasted pork.
Lechon. Lechon.
Soon it is time for dancing. I watch with my family as my friends and neighbors enjoy themselves. We Filipinos like having a good time once in a while.
Yes.
For our way of life is usually pretty hard and simple.
Yes.
Of course, with a family like mine, it is a contented life too.
Yes, be content.
For our children are our real riches. I work that tomorrow may be better for them.
Oh,
For my son Ramon
yes.
and my daughter Juanita.
It's
So
heartwarming.
that they, in turn, will make a
Heartwarming.
better life for themselves and for other families of the Philippines.
Yes. Then, wow, that video was 9 minutes and 51 seconds long. Of course, this video is a little longer as I talked and paused. And that was just so heartwarming. It's made me feel all fuzzy inside because, like he said, they put in so much hard work, but the true treasures are their children. And that's how we all should be. Our treasures should be our children. We got to show them the love. We got to give them the support. We got to set them straight in life so they can be a good human being as well and treat their children, you know, our grandchildren, the same way we treated them. So it's very important. And it looks like he treated Ramon very well in 1956. So I don't know if Ramon's still alive. He'd be pretty super old, almost, what, 70 years old. So he could quite be alive. I wonder if he is. I'm very curious. But anyway, enough rambling on from me. Hopefully you liked the reaction. Hopefully you liked my thoughts. What's your thoughts? What's your reactions? And what is your recommendation? Down below in the comment section. If you've made it this long, you are a true Max Reaction supporter. Anyway, I'll see you next time. And salamat.